Hello, we are here again. Isn't this amazing? We just keep coming. I think this is 65. Maybe I can count. I think it's 65. Wow, that's a lot of times just showing up here and being happy about being here. And I'm all of those. All of this around me may change. There's some changes coming in the next few months. I'll be talking about those and hopefully getting to a place where I put up like cards and things that so that people can better figure out what I'm doing. And right now, this is just raw and rough. And here we are. So we need a wisdom, of course. Like I said, that all comes from God. So there's an infinite supply. That's nice. And, things have been moving along and we've been talking about a lot of things. One thing we really haven't talked about is hope. There's all kinds of phrases. Hope floats, infinite amount of hope. Well, we would hope for. Huh. Being tongue in cheek a little. Let's say you are not hopeful. You, in fact, don't even really like the word hope. Well, let's define hope as God defines hope. Hope is, and we kind of see that in the scripture, is about faith, but it's also about a couple of other things. Hope is knowing that there is a future, and that future can be different and better and greater than the present that you're sitting in, that may be a little less than stellar, as we say. Yet hope can move even in those spaces. Hope does move in those spaces. And hope can happen in those spaces. You know, I have been 5 minutes to midnight so many times in my life, and I'm hoping again, there's that word again, to never be there again. But I've been there. I've been flying in a plane that was having issues, and I was hoping to get to the ground without being smushed, and that hope was fulfilled. That was a nice hope. But we all have moments where hope is fleeting, running away, and we don't really see what we were looking for. I know you said hope again, hoping for, because that's really what we're doing, isn't it? So what can we do in those moments? Well, in those moments, we have to cast ourselves out in a sense. What does it mean by that? It means just let go. God's going to do something amazing. May not be the way you thought, not the way that you would expect it to do. All of those wonderful things that just may not be exactly as you thought. God will do something. And since there's nothing more you can do, you can just let go. You can use many of these other pieces of wisdom, surrender, release. You can forgive, you can forget, you can let go. You can allow hope to actually do what hope does, which is bring you to a future that you haven't yet seen. And that's the truth of it. That's what hope does. That's its energy and its meaning and its reality is to bring you to a future that you have not yet seen. Powerful, isn't it? Such a neat little piece of wisdom, yet most people wouldn't even look at hope that way. They were maybe hoping for to go somewhere and do something, and that hope was deferred and it feels wrong. And so eventually, after hope is deferred for a while, you don't want to hear that word again. But then you got to reset the meaning. There's a second piece of wisdom for you. You can reset hope. Just reset, reset, reset. Hope according to Father's will. That would be a good one. That's where I sit at this moment, waiting for things. But I believe that those things will come. And I have hope in that future. Let's leave it there. So let's do that thing that we do so that you know where I am and you can reach if you wish. And yes, we could talk about hope deferred and all of the times you haven't seen it happen. And I'll share some stories with you that may make you say, how in the world could you have hope? I do. That's all he could say. So it's Eric@starthealing.me, Eric@starthealing.me, Eric@starthealing.me. And I'll say it really slow. Eric@starthealing.me. There you go. You reach out, I send you a link, we chat. First one's free, without charge. And we'll talk about the rest. Let's leave that there. Let's go on to the story. Boy, we have a story, don't we? We have a big monster coming. Big, bigger than walls. That sounds big. Everybody's kind of watching it come. And just before the lawmaker's boundary, it stops. It looks, the lady goes sorrowful. The lady said, I will hail it. Hey, up there, you, big guy. You looking for something? Too small. Hoping, but too small. What's too small? Sanctuary. Everyone hunts me 'cause I'm big. Too small. No sanctuary for big, big, big. Oh, big, you're fine. You want sanctuary. Yes. Stay where you are. She'd never done this one before, but she knew it could be done. City, grow. This big, wonderful creature is tired, hurting, hurt. She was weeping. And as her tears fell, the city, one part of the wall disappeared, just gone. And a great circle grew onto the side of the city, all the way around, big. When it's finished, the walls were higher, all the way around the city, so big could not be seen. Big goes, sanctuary, at last. No more hunting me 'cause I'm big. No more hurt, no more pain. God really exists. With that big kind of crumpled down on the ground. At that moment, the city grew a dome over Big, and some of the healers went into that dome to help Big, and so did the lady. She sat beside his head, rubbing one of his horns, going, You'll be okay now, Big. Big, can't believe it. Sanctuary, finally. No hunt, no hurt. You sound like a gentle giant. I am. Chased from one planet to another. Heard of sanctuary, but it looks so small. Now it's bigger. This will be your home. But you will be able to move. We'll have to figure out the logistics. Right? You're now part of a community. Big, big side. It was like a little miniature windstorm. I thought, oh, big, resting. Yes, you rest big. These nice people here help you heal. Oh, I hear the rumble. They come, the hunters. That's all right. You are safe here. We will deal with hunters. I could not deal with them. How can little things like you deal with them? Don't worry, Big. This is sanctuary. This is now your home, and you will be defended. Rest. Big eyes. Big, beautiful eyes. Slowly closed. He was at rest. There was a voice on the other side of the wall. You have him in there. Let him out. She heard Douglas's voice going, This is a sanctuary for even big creatures. The city gathered him, created a space for him. He will be hunted no more. We have hunted him across 7 systems, and we will have our trophy. You will not. Let me understand you a little bit more, but the truth is, you cannot have big. He is now here. He sought sanctuary, and he will have it. Sanctuary is here for all, given by God for all. And you may not believe in God, that's okay. Only rule is that you have to live in community and help where you can. Right now, Big just requires to rest, and that's what he's doing. There was a howling and then a smash into the wall. The Douglas goes, That will get you nowhere. The city has chosen to sanctuary Big. It's one of the ancient ones, one of the gentle ones. You can hear it in his voice. The hunter said, We will shatter your city. You may actually pull it off, maybe at some point. Won't be today. See, this is sanctuary, built for community. And there's a lot of us in here. Ah, but everyone fights for themselves. Oh, not here. At that moment, both dragons rose into the sky. The hunters go, Oh, new trophies to find. At that moment, both dragons open fire and brimstone down on these hunters, who screamed and ran back in their ship. They rose and began to fire on the city. At this moment, the woman from the obelisk says, Oh, come on, I'm having a nap. Wandered over to the obelisk and goes, Be gone! Ship was gone. Lady goes, How did they get through the shield? They had a bypass. They had a key. They don't anymore. Apparently, the cities need another lesson. At that moment, the guy that had popped away popped back. Don't worry, that won't be happening again. Taking away all of their keys, all of their walls. They can decide to stay or go. but they won't be protected by the tech of the city until they change. And then he opened his hand, and off of his hand, one by one, little tiny people that got bigger as they hit the ground came out. He said, all of the slaves, all of the ones that did not want to be in the cities anymore, are now here. And the city sighed and grew again. It was amazing, wasn't it? From two to more, to more, to more, to now millions. Sanctuaried within a city, including big, beautiful, amazing, large, big, gentle, resting. The trader comes over and goes, wow, that's one of the creators, I guess, as they would be called, but they aren't. They just use creator's energy. Lady decides it's time and goes to the center of the city where she can be heard everywhere. She goes, this has become a major sanctuary city, and I'm glad everyone is welcome here. You know the rules. This is sanctuary. Sanctuary is given by God to all. And all you require to do is help where you can in community. That's it. That's all. We will defend you, and you will defend the walls if required. And this will be that. And she got off the speaking place and went over and she said, I am tired, but I am happy. At that moment, Big stuck his head out and goes, hungry me too. She goes, oh, well, I have a sandwich for you. Sandwich? Never heard of sandwich. I try though. I think maybe good. She chuckled. Oh, it's good. She made him a very large clubhouse and gave him a very large piece of strawberry shortcake. Sat it down beside him and he looked at it and he took out his little hands. They were very small compared to the rest of his body, but he had them. And I got a hold of that sandwich and he was yumming and yumming and yumming and yummy. When it was all done, she goes, sandwich, good. What's that? What's that other thing I ate? That's yummy too. That's called a shortcake with strawberries. Strawberries are good. Do I smell peanuts? You know peanuts? Oh, it's one of the few things I do know around here. I smell them growing. Yummy. Want some peanuts? Sure. I like peanuts. So she went and got him a bunch of peanuts, a great big bucket. Put them down and said, there you go. And he goes, oh, I'm a happy person now. Well, happy Big. You are a good person, Big. Good being. However you wish to be called. Person is good. I'm not always this big. I'm not always this way. I was ancient. I was dumb and ancient. Bad combo. Somebody turned me into this. Never undo, though. I once beautiful. Well, still am, I suppose. I still have a beautiful heart. It's just too big for everything. Been hunted and herded for so long. It's all right, Big. We'll look into that. See if you can turn you back into what you once were. Till then, you have that big space. Big goes, I tired. Do you have any green tea? I need to do my teeth. I don't want them rotting. I like to eat food. Somebody came over and said, "Is this what you mean?" And I go, "Yeah, that's it." He gulped it down, swirled it around a little bit, said, "Excuse me," and went back in his house and spit in a little bucket that he found. There, that's better. Now I can rest. And he went in and rested. Lady said, this city is getting really cool. That moment, there was a hail from outside the thing. "I hear you have all my slaves from my city in here." Yes, they are now in sanctuary. You want to argue with the creator of these things? He took our walls. Yes, that is the tech of the city, not your tech. You stole it. How are we supposed to be safe? Well, you could change, or you can guard. You can build your own walls. Not that hard. It'll take you a few years. Well, we will, and we will keep everybody out. All right. But you can't have them back. We will return. Oh, that's what they all say. Good luck on that wall building. Got back in his vehicle and off he went. Came down from the wall and chuckled. She goes, "They just keep coming, don't they?" Douglas goes, "Yeah, you look tired. I am going to go have a nap." "Want to have a nap?" "Yes," Douglas said. "Nap is good." So the two of them went away. The prince came out and looked around and smiled. This is what he was looking for. This is it. All of these people are now safe. Yeah, they have to live in the city. But maybe one day we'll have a sanctuary planet. Could happen. The prince chuckled to himself. Now that would be a thing, would it not? Let's leave it there. So let's have a blessing. Uh, Joy is always good. So let's put joy there. That's peace. Oh, that's a nice one too. So we talked about hope. Hope in all its forms and all of its ways and all of its means, according to the will and wisdom of God that created it. And then his brush shall paint everything else that is wished of him to give you. In abundance and an overflow, in creativity and ingenuity and invention, and so many other things. This is yours, if you will, if you wish. It can be. Well, let's have a word of prayer. We come before you, Father, Spirit, Son, and we are so eternally grateful that you are with us. If we are big, if we are small, if we are simple, if we are smart, if we are wise, if we are anything, you are with us. You will come to us, come around us, and be with us. What more could we ask? You wish relationship, you wish to love, and you wish us to love you, and we do. Thank you for the courage and strength for each day, and the grace and mercy in each day. And so we say thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude. Standing in awe and honor, respect, allowing all glory to flow to Father, Spirit, Son. This is, and so this is. Amen. So, when you rest, rest well. When you wake, wake well. And know that your path is well lit by God. Blessings.